Hey, what's up? My name's Evan. I am making this video to share my journey of entrepreneurship, kind of how I got started and the why behind what I'm doing. First of all, my name's Evan. Just want to thank you real quick for watching this. I know time is valuable, but I really think that it'll make sense as to kind of like what I'm doing, kind of how I got started. So I'm 32 years young. I live in Minnesota. That's where I'm originally from. I love it here. And I have a great family, and I love the outdoors, and I love music and adventures and the journey of life. So I started out in the military as an air traffic controller. I was in the Marine Corps for 5 years. So when I turned 18 and became an adult, I went off to the military. I started in school in Florida, and then I got stationed in San Diego for 5 years. And I absolutely loved it. It was a great stepping stone for where I am today. Met some incredible people, had some great experiences. And I got out in 2011 and I stayed in San Diego, went to college for 6 months at SDSU. And then I kind of realized that college wasn't necessarily my thing. And I moved back home, back to Minnesota. I missed my family and the Four Seasons and all my friends back home. And I was kind of figuring out life. I didn't really know what the next step was going to be for me. And I moved back in with mom and dad, and that was pretty humbling. I felt like I was kind of starting over, and I started going to school. I started going to college here, a community college called Normandale in Minnesota. And I got a job in a corporate setting dispatching the police and fire department. And I really, really loved it. I was grateful to have a job, and I was grateful to be going to college. And I didn't get a job as an air traffic controller, which is what I was doing in the military. So I was kind of figuring out what I was really wanted to do with my life, right? And I quickly realized that the corporate job, climbing the corporate ladder, just was not my thing. There was certain experiences that I had that really put a bad taste in my mouth. I just didn't like the lack of freedom and being told what to do. Go figure. You might take that as a surprise coming from out of the military, but I started to realize that I was a top performer with what I was doing, and I got a raise, and I was told not to tell anybody, and that stood out to me as a huge red flag as to kind of the toxicity in the culture of corporate America, where there's secrets and there's favoritism, and they kind of shut people out based on performance, and they don't really tell you everything, which is fine. I also, they're operating a business, right? So I also realized that it was not safe whatsoever. I saw people, I was only there for a year or two, and I saw tons of stuff that was like, whoa, this is not a good idea for me to put my safety net into and build as a career. I saw people who were there for 20 years get let go without a pension. And it's like, dude, seriously? That's messed up. Just so they can save a little bit in their business. This was a Fortune 500 company. Just tons of bad things that I just didn't like. I didn't like the brown nosing. Felt really, really fake. So I started to also wake up consciously to what was going on. I could probably talk about that for hours and hours, which I'll make another video on that. But I started to awaken consciously 2012, 2013. Became really, really evident in 2014 that I was part of the universe, God, spirit, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what your interpretation is of this life, but I kind of started waking up, and my life became a little bit more spiritual, and I couldn't sit in a desk anymore and do something that just really didn't fulfill me on a soul level, if that makes sense. So what did I do? Well, first of all, I had seen a ton of my friends like making money online, like traveling the world or doing whatever they wanted to do. And I just wanted that. I wanted freedom. I wanted to control my time. I wanted to make way more money. I was making like 30 grand a year at that time. So I was balling on a budget, and I just needed something that was better and something that I could create my own life, right? I just wanted like a track to run on to get to me where I wanted to go. So I typed in online how to make money online, because I wanted to make money from my cell phone, travel the world, live the good life. You know what I'm saying? So I typed in Google how to make money online, and I realized that you kind of gotta be like an entrepreneur to make money online. And personally, for me, like I didn't know what entrepreneurship really was at the time. This was like 6 years ago, and I realized that entrepreneurs create things and they sell stuff. They sell things that solve problems. And I had never sold a dang thing in my life. And that was like kind of like a challenge to me. But if you know me, you know that I love a good challenge, and you know that I persevere through anything. So what I did was I just started to research. Like when I come across something and I don't want to know what it is, I like to break it apart, break it down, understand it inside and out, so that way I can kind of just decide what I want to do with it and make my discernment from there. So I just began to like do research, and lo and behold, I saw one of my buddies. I was scrolling on social media, and my buddy Brad, he was out in San Diego. I met him in the military. He was doing something online, and I asked him what he was doing, and he told me network marketing. And I had only really kind of like heard a little bit about it. I think it was like one of those pyramid things. Like, dude, is that even like illegal? Like, what are you actually doing? Like, he was like, he's an honest, good guy who loves helping people, and he was making good money traveling the world. So I was like, dude, I know this isn't a scam. Like, what are you actually doing? So we got on the phone. I was super skeptical. Like, I am the hardest person to close. I will ask you everything, and just because I love details. So what ended up happening was I trusted my friend like more than I trusted my fears. And even though I didn't know what I was getting into, I flew out to Arizona. This was in November of 2014. I flew out to Arizona, and I went to a seminar. It was a business seminar, and you can join a network marketing company, kind of like you can buy a McDonald's or join McDonald's and buy a franchise and grow it and kind of like have a business in a box. They already have their own system set up, right? So this was something that was like totally news to me. I felt like I started waking up to new ideas, and I felt like I had been like lied to. Like it was like really weird. So I was like, dude, this is freaking revolutionary. Because I saw people making like anywhere from like, some people weren't making anything, but like some people were making extra $500, 5,000, 50,000 a month, 500,000 a month. And these were like regular people who just understood a simple concept that had never even been introduced to before. So my mind was blown. I'm like almost like a little kid, like discovering life again. Like, dude, this is genius. Like, why didn't anybody tell me about this? Why didn't anybody ever tell me that you can make more money than, or make it in a different way than a linear way, trading your time for money? Because you're never going to become financially free trading your time for money, because there's only 24 hours in a day. Anyways, what ended up happening was I was terrible, just absolutely terrible. And if you go back and watch some of my early videos on social media, you'll see that it's like, dude, this dude's awkward. But like, anyways, check this out. So I began a personal evolution of just discovering myself, discovering like what I could do, how I could impact people, my kind of like what aligned with me. I was in this business not for very long until I went on to something else. What I was doing right away was skincare. And I love skincare. I still use skincare products. But what I was really aligned with is physical fitness and holistic health and helping people feel better, live better, just be healthier all around, right? So I kind of realized that everything's connected, my body, mind, and spirit. And I realized that, what you put in your body affects your whole life, as well as the thoughts that you put in your head affects your whole life. So I really kind of like all these light bulbs started popping off, and I started to kind of transform my life and who I was as a person. And for, I would say, from like 2014, at the end of 2014 till even now to this day, I just was a sponge for personal development and reading books and audios and listening to people on YouTube that I admired and watched what they were doing. And I kind of really discovered like the whole philosophy and psychology behind success and how to really actually like help people and make money without being this sleazy salesperson. So when I first started waking up, I'm like, dude, like I am connected to the entire universe. And I realized that I'm an infinite being and I want to be doing something with my life that can provide me the freedom to experience a full human experience. Does that make sense? So it became my mission to wake up people around me, but much like myself, I had spent 25 years being conditioned as the person that I was at that time. So it was really hard for me to ingrain myself with these success philosophies, along with other people around me. But once you start doing something enough with enough repetition, it just becomes a part of who you are. And, slowly but surely, I started to get results in my business. I never give up with anything that I do. Like I said, I persevere through things despite the challenges. And I started to also look at challenges in a different light. Like I didn't see them as some bad thing that I wanted to shy away from. Started looking at challenges as opportunities to become more and also use my critical thinking and solution or problem solving skills and sharpen them so that way I could make an impact not only in my life but in other people's lives and help them solve their problems, because I learned as an entrepreneur, the bigger problems that you solve, the more money you make, right? So I was in health and wellness for a while, and I realized that a lot of people in the direct sales, home-based business industry, they really struggle with making money. A lot of people don't make money. As you know, 95% of people don't make any money, which was really troubling to me, because for me, like, even though I could produce results, even though I could, get people to see the vision on what their life could be like, if you don't pitch the vision, if you don't get people to start the race, nobody's going to do anything, by the way. But I realized that just being in a health and wellness thing may not be the best way for me to impact the most amount of people. So what I did was I started looking into trading and trading dollars for other, in the markets for other things, and kind of leveraging my money versus leveraging my sales skills. And I started making good money trading, and this was in 2016. And that was like kind of like the niche I kind of fell into, and I was really, really excited to be in something that I felt, because like I'm actually an introvert. If you know me personally, like I might make videos or whatever like this, but I'm actually a huge introvert. So for me to be able to make money without talking to anybody was like, dude, I love this. So what I did was I just became really, really good at developing that skill so that way I could kind of pass the baton off to other people and help them. And, I got involved into automated trading, which is really, really cool. And I started to build a company with one of my friends, a gentleman I met here in Minneapolis. This was in 2017. And for a couple of years there, I was the GM, and if you kind of been following my journey, just what I've been up to there. But some things kind of fell apart, and I kind of took that hard actually. When I put my passion and drive into something and it doesn't work out, I'm a human. I'm not happy all the time, even though I am have a positive outlook. But that's beside the point. How I got to what I'm into now is after that fell apart at 2019, early 2019, I started doing some consulting for entrepreneurs and people in network marketing, people who had a traditional business, but they didn't have a system to market online, didn't really have a way to generate more leads and sales for themselves. And so because I've had my own journey of struggling and kind of figuring it out, I developed some skills and some knowledge. So I was able to help people as a consultant, and I really love doing that. But I really felt like it wasn't a way that I could help people and fully encompass helping people get from where they are now to where they want to go in life, a life of freedom and fulfillment, right? So I have been looking around for strategic partnerships. What I do is I partner with other people who may not possess the same skills as me, and I love synergy, and I love working with other people. I love working with companies who stand for something, who offer something of value to people for a great price. That's what it's all about, right? So what I have done over the past 6 months is I've done a ton of research on what I'm doing, and because I didn't really know what I was going to offer, what really the next stage of my life was going to be as my offering to the community, to other people, to for me to as an entrepreneur, to the people who I'm going to serve. And I love the trading space, and I also love the aspects of being able to travel and experience life once you have money. It's pretty awesome. Life's not all supposed to be pay your bills and then die, right? Like, everyone wants to experience more. Everyone wants to have a happy life. And, so this is what I have been doing over the past 6 months. I've tested out like 4 different companies, and I have really aligned myself with people and products and a company and a mission. And my mission is to give people a opportunity and a vehicle that can truly take them from where they are now to where they want to go with 100% transparent results. And I want to tell you, a lot of people think that, Evan, you're just trying to sell me something. Well, yeah, I actually am. I totally am trying to sell you something, because I want you to experience what it's like to work with me and be my customer. And I want you to experience what it's like for me to help you change your life. And what I'm doing right now is digital marketing, online entrepreneurship. Right now, we're in a time where we're in a global lockdown, and everything is shifting from traditional business to online. So I am here to help you. If you have a traditional business, maybe you're looking for some insight on how you can get your business off the ground. Maybe you're looking to start a business. I can help you do both of those. And whatever you decide to do, if you work with me or not, my goal is to help you. It won't hurt my feelings if you don't decide to work with me, but I can tell you that I am here to help you, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And It's 2020. It's time to step into our abundance, and it's time to spread the love. For me, my philosophies are all about win-win. So I don't put myself in a situation where I can't win and I can't help other people win too. So if you want to know me and what I'm actually doing, would love to show you, would love to help you, and I would love to help you grow your business if you're already happy with where you're at. Just want to spread more love and knowledge and empowerment. So that's what I'm all about. So thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you on the next one. Okay, peace.